Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the card of today for the 12th of May 2016. Um, the card today, we went from yesterday, sort of taking rest. It's following on. I'm sorry about this, but we have the Two of Swords today. So, what this is saying is this decision that we've been talking about, it's been coming up for the last week or so. Um, it's ostrich syndrome. I really feel that you're just blocking it off here. Um, it can be quite a painful decision that you need to make because this card is saying that there's quite a lot of indecision around as well. But it's no point in closing your eyes because when you open them, it is still going to be there. So burying your head in the sand at the moment, it's just not going to work. If we look at the card here, um, the lady in this she's standing with two swords crossed over her chest, and she has a blindfold on as well. So this is like cutting off all emotions, and she's blocking her heart here. um Nothing's going out and nothing's getting in either. So she's just very rigid, very defensive. It's not a nice way to be, this. Um, she's blindfolded. She doesn't actually want to acknowledge the truth, if that makes sense. She feels that by doing this, by cutting everything off, she's protecting herself. But all she is actually doing is just cutting herself off from the joy that we feel when we function from our heart center. This is this is our main center. And when we do everything from a place of love, or well, yeah, from a place of love, when we give, and when we are open, then that is the best way to be. When we cut ourselves off, like the lady in this card has, and close our heart, we can never be truly happy. So this card is saying that, like, it's about weighing up the pros and the cons here, because I really feel that a little change in the way of thinking is needed as well. Because this can also be you're that rigid and you're that stuck in your ways that there's no movement, and movement is needed. So I don't mean there's a big fight. I don't mean there's a big blowout, but I mean a truce needs to be called, because this is just, it's like a stalemate situation. And this stalemate needs to be broken, because the barriers that you've built up anyway are going to crack. They're going to crumble, because the tension is going to make them that. There's so much tension around this card, and like I say, the cards this week. There's a lot of this going on, but I want to say to you as well, don't let, like, fear or pride, stop you from opening up. Um, Especially around relationships as well. It's like, is it more important to be happy, or is it more important to be right? I mentioned this the other day about people staying in something that isn't happy, just because they don't want to be seen as having failed at something. But the thing is, by staying in a situation, in any situation, a job, whatever, where you aren't happy, and it's not working for you, that is failing, not by actually walking away from it. So in this card, we really need to bring in balance. We really need to bring in peace as well, because what I feel with this is this rigidness, this coldness. It's hurting you and probably hurting somebody else as well. It's not working in this situation for anybody. And there's also a feeling coming in with this, that it's like, are you doing what society expects you to? And if you are, is this worth more than what your soul is crying out for you to do, and what your soul needs? So it's time to let go here. Open your eyes. Stop pretending that everything is okay, because it's you know I'm getting there fine. A very good friend of mine who I love dearly always says to me that fine means effed up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. You know, whenever you say you're fine, and I really like that. So this is what's coming in with this quite a lot, to be honest. You know, if you say that you're fine, then I'm sorry. You know, you're not. um, so really, with this, it's like, you know, what you are resisting will persist. So it's time to let it go. It's time to take your guard down. You know, it could be painful as well, you know, and sometimes it's not nice to see the truth of a situation. It's not pleasant, but you know, it's necessary. I really feel at the moment as well. You know, I mean, even the softest light will blind those that have lived in the darkness, you know, but is being blinded by the light worse than actually being blind and just living in the dark? Because I don't feel that it is. You know, we need light in our lives, we need light in order to shine, you know, and I just really feel there's not a lot of shining going on at the moment as well. I mean, if we look at the card again, the way she's holding them swords, she cannot stay like that forever, you know. I mean, her arms are eventually gonna hurt there, you know. And like I say, she's gonna have to put them down eventually. As I've said, this tension is gonna cause things to crumble, you know. So you might as well take control of the situation rather than have it done for you, you know. um there's a term that comes in with this card a lot, I think, and it's analysis paralysis. You know, all of these crazy thoughts within your mind, or your mind is going 50 the dozen, but nothing externally is happening. Nothing. It's like it's everything shut down externally because everything is going on in your mind. And again, that is not a good way to be. You will burn out, you know, if you don't actually address this a lot. I mean, there's a lot of water in this card as well, a few rocks in there. And this is showing that this is quite an emotional card. There's a lot of emotions in here, but a lot of emotions that she is scared to face, you know. She's trying not to see them, she's trying not to feel them, but it's not working. They're still there. They're still sort of, you know, at the back, nagging her every single day, you know. And the only way that's going to stop is when she actually faces up to them and when she actually addresses them, you know. At the moment, she can't because, like I say, her eyes are covered, her heart's covered. So, what I want to say today within this, if you feel that you can't fully see the truth, if you are still scared of that, you know, it's going to happen eventually. You know, that blindfold is going to be pulled off. Their swords are going to be pulled down as well. But really try, if you are in this place where you're, you know, in denial. Really, that's the word, I think. Um, what I want you to do is to try and feel your way around. If you think when we are blindfolded, when we're kids and we play blind man's buff or anything, our sense of feel becomes our most important. And I don't mean touching things with our hands or whatever, but actually feeling our way from internally. So how is this situation making you feel? Think about that. Do you feel calm? Do you feel peaceful? Do you feel agitated? Do you feel, you know, this pit of your stomach where it's not good? Our feelings, especially in our solar plexus, which is just below our breastbone, really try and home in and listen to these feelings. I'm saying listen to your feelings, but yeah, you know, I know what I mean. But when you listen to them and when you use them as like your internal sat nav, you know, it's like, right, okay, does this feel good for me? Does this feel bad? Is this making me feel uplifted? Is this making me feel down? And really look at how you are feeling around something. And I think once you actually get in tune with your feelings, this is when you're going to have the strength to put these swords down and to take your blindfold off and say, you know what, I'm ready to face what's ever there as well. At the moment, you're in a false sense of balance by cutting something off and pretending it's not there, pretending it's not happening. and pretend that it's not affecting you, uh, you are just giving yourself, like I say, a false sense of security. There is no security really where you are, and I'm sorry to have to say that. That's just what's being brought in, but there isn't. You know, security comes from within, and at the moment, you're not allowing yourself to feel this. You know, it's like you're hoodwinking yourself into, yeah, this is where I want to be, and you check in with your feelings, and it really isn't. Um, there is options. This is what I want to say to you. You might think there's no option. This is what I have to do. This is what I should do, because there isn't any other option. There is always an option, and there is a solution to every problem. But you only have to be able to see it. And to be able to see it, you need to take this blindfold off and be open and be prepared to see things as they are, not how you would think that they are, not how you would like to think that they are, or not how you wish that they are. See them as they are and tell the truth to yourself. It's going to be the most beneficial thing that you ever do, because living like this, living in fear, I mean, we've got the moon there. The moon is always unknowns, but it's there, it's behind you. It's like these feelings. You're not going to get rid of them. You know, this little voice that keeps nagging in your head, no matter how much you're trying to shut it out, it is not going away until you actually face it. So today is open up, be truthful, and sort of, I don't know, take your blinkers off. I think that's what you need to do here. Blinkers and blindfold off. That's what is needed. So I hope you like that one. There's quite a lot of tension again in this, and I really want them to start flowing again, But like I've said, when we cut off, when we cut off our heart and cut off our intuition, this cuts off the flow of life. And we will only flow when we are open fully. And I really feel this is what is needed at the moment. See things how they are, and things will then start to move and get back on track again. So I hope you like that card. If anybody would like a reading with me, please get in touch via my Facebook page or email me at lovebuddhatarot@aol.co.uk. I'm sure there will be nicer ones coming shortly. I'm horrible. I hate being the bearer of bad news, but I think it's all necessary what is being said in the cards this week. Um, have an absolutely fabulous day today, and I'll be back tomorrow with the card of today. Sat Nam.